Hello, 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 and welcome to the Yelay live stream. We're joined today by a full house of fantastic Sui ecosystem projects, as well, of course, as PERQ, our partners in this, and of course Mike, who you all know and love from Yelay as well. Just to explain what we're doing here today, we're here to celebrate the launch of a brand new Yelay powered PERQ pod, which is featuring key projects from the Sui ecosystem. We're joined today by many of them. So we have Record, Native, Hydro, Eco, Nativeverse, and of course we have our very own Yelay, which is a recent addition to the Sui ecosystem. So we obviously have a lot to get through today. Please, if you have any questions for any of the team or us, do send them into any of the channels. So we have, of course, Twitter, we have our Discord, we have our Telegram, and each of the projects here. Any questions for them, also please add to their communities and they will pass them through to us. I think without further ado, I'm going to start with Ham here at PERQ. And Ham, I know the people here will know you from our last stream featuring Help. We're back here again to talk about another fantastic pod on PERQ. And well, it'd be great to maybe kick off by, again, just giving you a brief intro into PERQ and what PERQ is, how it's related to Yelay. What are we doing here?
Yeah, sure. Happy to kick things off. So essentially, yeah, what PERQ has built is decentralized launchful infrastructure that allows anyone to stake their idle crypto in our pools and earn project tokens as rewards. So how that is connected to Yelay is PERQ is essentially built on top of Yelay's tech, allowing us to kind of risk optimize and risk minimize and yield optimize every deposit that comes into our pools. That means the projects get as much yield as possible while we're protecting depositors from risk. And we can do all of this without any lockup on capital. So you might have seen like Boyko recently raising 3.2 billion in assets that is locked up for 3 months, or Morpheus AI that allows you to deposit Lido stake ETH, but that is all kind of locked up. We can do kind of a launch pool without any lockup on capital. So one day you might want to exit a position and have your ETH and USDC idle waiting for the next opportunity. Well, now it doesn't have to be as idle, and you can now deposit it in a PERQ pool and kind of gain exposure to the hottest projects like the Sui project we're talking to with today, while you wait for the next opportunity to come along. So how this is, so it's kind of really it's a win-win scenario. So teams get kind of stable funding, while you as the early community members kind of get an easy and transparent exposure to the projects that you're bullish on. So the campaign that we're kind of introing today is the Sui Pod, which is the first of hopefully a long line of kind of ecosystem activations that we're going to run. And with this campaign, you can deposit in the Sui Pod and gain exposure with a single deposit to the brightest, kind of hottest upcoming Sui projects without ever leaving the EVM. So that means you deposit on Ethereum mainnet, you do something radically simple, like staking your capital, and then only once the incentives are live do you go over and kind of claim them on the Sui ecosystem.
Yeah. So for the smooth brain like myself, Ham, you deposit your ETH or USDC into one pool and you earn from 6 different Sui ecosystem projects, which is amazing, frankly. I mean, I know I'm a huge fan of Sui and the Sui ecosystem, and we have some really exciting projects here, and we're going to be talking to each of them, finding out a bit more about them, what makes them and their token so exciting, and why you want to be part of the PERQ pod. Specifically for Sui, which actually takes me nicely to Mike. So Mike, of course, who we all know and love from Yelay. So Mike, I'd love to hear a bit more about the sort of the way in which Yelay is helping to power the Sui Pod, and of course also why Yelay are in the Sui Pod. Of course, those of you who aren't already aware of what we're doing here in the first place.
Absolutely. Hey everyone, I'm Mike. I'm one of the lead architects of Yelay protocol. Uh, just in a very shortcut, Yelay it was designed to shield away the complexities of DeFi behind a single infrastructure offering that allows that provides builders building blocks to convert yield into yield powered applications. And this is all done with a single point of access through our infrastructure that provides access to over 50 underlying blue chip strategies. It provides multi chain support, it provides a secure execution environment, and all of this is powered by completely permissionless set of smart contracts audited by some of the largest name in the market. Now, for the question, what are we doing here? We are very proud to power PERQ. As Ham mentioned, PERQ is a unique concept in our minds that allows everyone a fair and democratic access to participate in project launches. If we look at other paradigms related to project launch, like for example launchpads, you have tens of thousands of people competing for a chance to win a couple of tickets to be able to deploy capital, or you get airdrops where you have a large number of participants competing for relatively limited resources. With PERQ, it's a completely democratic process where everyone can participate with their money and earn exciting rewards. Now, this concept for us is essential as it helps to bring a new sphere of applicability to DeFi. It shows that unlike various other launch methods where you have to spend, with yield powered products, you can earn benefits of your assets without diminishing your principal deposit. And it's best exemplified as a new vehicle for innovation and the launch of projects. Just like we can see in this system. Well, Yelay is part of this pod because we've recently announced our strategic expansion into Sui ecosystem. Sui ecosystem is one of the most exciting ecosystem out there because it provides tremendous tooling and expression possibilities for developers whilst trying something new. Unlike any other chain, it decided to eschew Solidity and EVM compatibility and go their way, which provides amazing tools for everyone to build and innovate. But on the other hand, it's also, in my opinion, underserved ecosystem where that is waiting for disruption. And this disruption, from our perspective as Yelay, is to provide all the users on Sui ecosystem complex and mature DeFi environment and comparable yields, as you can see on other ecosystem like Ethereum. So recently we've deployed our token on Sui. We are very soon will be unveiling our new product suite that will bring Ethereum yields to Sui stakers with completely chain agnostic and transparent infrastructure that will allow everyone to participate natively within Sui ecosystem. And that's why we are so excited to be surrounded with other innovative projects from Sui ecosystem that pushes Sui to the forefront of innovation and hopefully adoption.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Mike. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, sorry, I'm not sure if I cut out there a little bit, but that's fantastic, Mike. Great update. So on that note, we're going to move now into talking to each of the fantastic projects that we're joined by today. And we're going to start with Oz from Nativerse. And Oz, if you bear with me, I'm going to stick up your video and pray that this works.
Yeah. Hello, Chas.
Hello. So Oz, let's talk a bit about Nativerse, what you guys are doing. So you're bringing liquid staking to Bitcoin holders. So I'd love to hear a bit more about kind of what pain points you're trying to solve there, and kind of what I guess brought you to the Sui ecosystem as well.
Yeah, actually, thank you for the question. Actually, our mission is very clear. We want to make the Sui the coordination hub for the Bitcoin LSTs. But there are some key challenge for that. we are helping to anyone can build their own Bitcoin LSTs, their branded Bitcoin on Sui. But one of the key challenges is that which is the slowing down the growth. It's the instant unstaking. The current Bitcoin unstaking process, it's typically takes 7 to 10 days. But users don't want to wait for that. They need to instant access to their Bitcoin. And this is why we built the instant unstake solution for the users. They can instantly access it, and they can access their liquidity, their native Bitcoin within minutes, not instead of the days. So to make this possible, actually, we need the infrastructure that's very fast and scalable and also very secure. That's why we choose Sui and Ika. So they provide the speed, security, efficiency for us. So we need a blockchain that could scale without any bottlenecks and execute transactions in parallel. So that's why we drove into Sui. And so our mission is clear, making the Sui the coordination for Bitcoin LSTs and bringing the $1 billion liquidity to the Sui ecosystem.
Amazing. Thank you, Oz. And what are some of the sort of big milestones coming up for Nativeverse? And apologies everyone for I think my face has disappeared, but I am still here, I promise. So we'd love to hear, Oz, kind of what some of the big sort of key milestones that are coming up for Nativeverse are, and I guess why for those of us looking to stake into the Sui Pod, what would excite us about Nativeverse and what you guys have coming up.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, as I already mentioned before, that we are bringing the Bitcoin LSTs to the Sui, right? So any projects on Sui, any community on Sui, they can create their own Bitcoin LSTs and build their own loyal community around that. So this is a great opportunity for the $1 billion liquidity flow to the Bitcoin Sui ecosystem from Bitcoin. But we are taking one step further for that because even the LSTs is so fantastic, and it's still there is the problem with that. So we designed the feature, making it easier the Bitcoin liquidity in Sui for the institutions to enter the Sui ecosystem. I'm really personally excited about this feature because, as I mentioned before, LSTs are a powerful tool, but many institutions are still hesitant to enter this space because of their regulatory and tax concerns. With Bitcoin liquid accounts, we are launching very soon. So we will soon allow to users to leverage their stake account, their Bitcoin accounts, as a liquid assets on Sui without having mint any LSTs. So this is gonna be like game changer because it provides a regulatory friendly and institutional grade solution for Bitcoin liquidity that it's gonna like seamlessly liquid flow to the from Bitcoin to Sui. So let's wrap it. Yes, we are providing the Bitcoin LSTs for everyone, but institutions still hesitate for that. And in the first time for the history, so we will see that the liquid Bitcoin accounts, you can control your native Bitcoin accounts in Bitcoin Layer 1, and you can lend or you can borrow some stable coins on Sui with a zero trust architecture, and you can leverage your stake accounts on Sui.
It's incredible. Thank you, Oz. That's a really great summary. It's amazing that this stuff is happening on Sui, seemingly before other chains as well. So that's really exciting to see, because this is something that I haven't seen, on basically any other chain. So really good to see. Right, Oz. So in the interest of time, thank you so much, sir. We're going to move on to Hydro. So Reggie from Hydro. Hello, sir. How are we doing?
I'm good, sir. How are you doing?
I'm better now that I'm back online. I was so worried. It was my entire sort of setup just suddenly went black, and I thought, no.
Disappeared. You went out
I did.
of nowhere.
I know. I rugged myself badly, but I'm back. Reggie, tell us more about Hydro. I have got a video, which I'm going to stick up on the screen as well. Would love to hear more about what Hydro are up to.
For sure. Before that, I'd just like to give a shout out to the team here, Shaz, Ham, Mike, everyone for organizing this and giving us all the chance to speak here, and what you guys are doing at PERQ. For our listeners, if you have hands, clap, because they're doing a great job.
We were doing a great job before we rugged ourselves, but So Reggie, yeah, I mean, same sort of questions to you as I said, as with Oz, which is kind of why Hydro? You know, who are you guys? What are you doing here? Why Sui? Just the whole sort of the whole pitch.
Sure. Essentially, we provide publishers, applications owners, a monetization platform. It's with ads, it's with data monetization, it's with fractionalization of validators. That's actually how we started with Sui, is fractionalizing their validator network. It kind of evolved into something completely different. We're a monetization tool for publishers, essentially Web 2. Our unfair advantage and our moat is that we have about 12,000 publishers, which is servicing 33 million lifetime unique users, and they're all Web 2. And we can funnel them, send them wherever we want, and that means into the Hydro Web 3 ecosystem. So products like interoperability, fractionalization, and deepen AI, et cetera, et cetera. And recently we started running ads for a lot of different companies. So CFN and Bonk being one. We're doing it for a couple iGaming or casinos, if you will. For PERQ, we're going to be doing it as well. I'm sorry if I chopped off for a second. Can you guys hear me?
No, we can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. My audio probably just cut, but yeah. Yeah. So we're also going to be doing for a couple iGaming casinos, PERQ, a few financial tools as well. And yeah, I need to see why my audio is.
We can hear you, Reggie. We can definitely hear you. Can you hear us? Reggie?
Test?
We
Sorry, yeah, I'm back. Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay. That's okay,
yeah.
Reggie. Well, good opportunity for me to ask a question then, because I have to admit I'm a bit of a sort of a marketing advertising geek. So this sounds like something from my old life that I might have used. So I guess the question is, how are you competing with traditional models in this respect, right?
Yeah, it's actually really interesting. I don't know how it really happened, but last year at some point when we launched in March, we were gathered back in 2021, right? At the end of the day. And we got about 1,000 publishers back then. And last year we blew up to 10,000 in the span of this. So we don't know what specifically it is, but whatever we do, our understanding is that it's Google and existing monetization platforms are really, really strict. I think that's a big part of what's going on, to be frank. But whatever it is, it's gaining adoption extremely fast.
It's amazing. I love this idea of monetizing the ad space as well. Like that's something that's always kind of appealed to me. It makes sense, that you're giving users the opportunity to accrue some of the value that is garnered by their attention. Correct. Right?
So just to a couple of points, because I know we don't have too many times. So traditional models work on ad clicks, right? You click on an ad, you get paid. We work on time spent. So how long a user spends on your website, you get paid for that time specifically. And again, the biggest thing is that all these end users of these websites are majority Web 2 people. So funneling them into Web 3 products. So be it stuff like PERQ, be it stuff like even what Nativeverse is building, we help design those campaigns and bring those people in, depending on the UI and UX that's involved. I think your other question was why Sui? It was really interesting because in the very beginning, we were looking at what layer one to kind of attach ourselves to. And at that point, Sui had not, still gaining adoption. So from a market perspective, our advisor said, look at Sui, don't look at the XYZs or whatever, because they will run. And when we started looking at the tech, a very good example, all these publishers, they're all Web 2. They don't know what gas is. They don't know what ETH is. Hell, they don't know what USDT is, right? Like, why do I have USDT and why do I need something called Ethereum to send it to myself? So you explain it to them. Sui has something called ZK-Link wallets, right? Where you can sign up with your email. So technology like that, which makes it easier for user adoption, is really, really key for us.
No, 100%. And like I say, it's such a natural fit as well. Like I really, I'm watching with interest, Reggie. Like I say, it's something that I've always had a kind of a particular interest in. So look, I really, really appreciate that. That's a great overview. I'm really looking forward to seeing Hydra on the Sui Pod. And in terms of your sort of upcoming milestones, things like TGE, that kind of thing.
Yes. TG is a big one coming real soon. We're scaling up our revenue operations essentially really heavily now that the advertising platform is live. We're already in revenue with what's called our premium features for publishers. So just scaling a lot of this up very fast, very heavily. So for publishers, for end users, there are a lot of different products and services that are coming live right now. TG, of course, being one of them.
Amazing. Well, looking forward to that greatly. Okay, so on to the next. We have David. David, hello, David. David from Ika. Am I pronouncing it right, David? Is it Ika, Ika?
It's Ika. Yeah, that is.
Ika.
Yep, that is right. Ika is squid in Japanese. So.
Is it? Okay. I think Kraken missed one there. Tell me a bit more about Ika then, David. So you're building a secure multi-party computation network to improve cross-chain coordination. That is a mouthful. Dumb it down for me. Like I mentioned before, I'm very smooth-brained. I need it delivered to me in bite-sized chunks.
So I think the easiest way to think about what we're doing is we're solving the interoperability problem in a way that no one was able to solve before, because we actually created new cryptography in order to solve it. So I think everyone in crypto knows that bridges are bad, right? And a lot of people don't understand exactly why, but they know that bridges are dangerous, they're risky, a lot of hacks happens in bridges, and a lot of things can go wrong. And the reason to that, we won't get into all the technical reasons, but mainly it's blockchains are designed to be silos. And within a silo, you have a lot of security guarantees. And you lose those security guarantees the moment you try to operate across different blockchains. That's the very kind of basic problem that we've had with interoperability over the past years. And we realized we are a team that comes from cybersecurity and cryptography, and we realized that in order to really solve this problem, we need to create new tech. And we spent 2 years doing cryptography research with some of the top cryptographers in the world, and we created a new cryptography scheme. It's called 2PC MPC. Essentially, it allows for this new type of primitive that we call a D-wallet. And a D-wallet is, you can think about it like a wallet that lives on chain, a decentralized wallet, but it's not just a wallet like you think of a wallet app. It's actually a signing mechanism that can be utilized by developers. And some of the developers are also here on the space. So Nativeverse and also Native Network. But we have many more builders with a lot of different use cases. And these builders can now generate signatures across any network from their Sui smart contract. And they can do that with a zero trust architecture. And zero trust means that the user doesn't have to trust a bridge. It doesn't have to trust a committee, a multi-sig, a third party. The user is always part of the signature, so no signature can actually happen without the user involved. So this is the tech we created. We're launching it on Sui, so Sui builders, Sui developers will be able to use this new tech, this D-wallet primitive, and create some pretty new and exciting use cases that just weren't possible before.
Amazing. I'm just I'm exploring your site as well at the moment, David. So tell us more about then the token model for your project. So the Ika token, which of course participants on the Sui Pod will be able to access. What is it about the Ika token that makes it special?
So our token essentially is used in order to access Ika tech. So if you want to use Ika as a developer, then your users will basically need to pay Ika in order to use the tech. Of course, developers will abstract that for users, so users don't have to actually understand how to do that. But whenever a new D-wallet is created, that's a process called DKG, you have to pay with Ika tokens. Whenever you want to generate a signature to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, any network, then you would need to pay with Ika tokens. And that is how value accrues. We also have our own signer network that in order to participate, signers need to stake Ika tokens. So it's kind of a proof of stake mechanism for the Ika signers themselves. So you can think about it in a very similar way to any L1 gas token, where you actually use the gas for utility, the token for utility, you pay for gas, you use it for staking. That's the utility of the Ika token.
Amazing. And then in terms of, again, as opposed to everyone else, you've got, I see, major milestones coming up. What is there anything that you can hint towards? Anything that our listeners might be interested to know about what's coming?
Sure. We are going to launch mainnet very soon. We've been running with testnet for quite a few months now. Our goal is to do it this quarter. So very, very soon, going out in mainnet. We're also going to have some event in the next few days. We're going to announce it also very, very soon on our Twitter. So make sure you follow us. And that event will it's like a first major activation that we have for our community. So a lot of people are waiting. We have some sort of a whitelist also for this event. So follow our Twitter to get some more details and to get involved. Yeah, that's, I think, what I can share for now.
Amazing. Well, I appreciate that. A bit of alpha there. Thank you, David. And yeah, very exciting project. Again, I really genuinely love all the stuff happening on Sui. It's just so many interesting projects. Speaking of which, let's move on now to native. So let me pull up the slides, Robert, for you. Here we go. So yes, so we have Robert here from Native. So welcome, Robert. Tell us about yourself, what you do, and a bit more about Native. You're on mute, sir. I'm just going to unmute you. There you are.
Oh yeah. Hello everyone, and thanks, Chas, for bringing us in. So I'm super happy that actually David was just before me, because it makes me much easier. Yeah, so we are basically applying that groundbreaking cryptography that Ika and the team behind it researched and is bringing to the life. So that's the very first non-collusive, yes, MPC that we can create the chain abstraction as it should be. And what does it mean from us? We are applying it for Bitcoin and Sui. So you will be able to use Bitcoin on Sui without any permissions, trustless, and any custodian in a fully decentralized way. So what does it mean? There is literally no third party involved between you and Bitcoin and Sui. So with that definition, it's fully trustless. Today we published another milestone, another demo of our light client and proving system on a Sui testnet. So yes, happy actually to announce it already here today. There will be new demos coming up. So that's the mission of Native, yes, providing trustless Bitcoin. So now anyone can use it, any DeFi application can use it, any aggregator can use it, and that's not only that. This is not where we stop, because now you can access the Bitcoin, but you can also operate. So ICA is not only about, and Native is not only about this interoperability. Now you can program in any way, future-proof anything on Bitcoin, be it a BTC, BRC20, anything that will come up, you can program. And finally,
does that include what are they called again? The NFTs on Bitcoin.
Ordinals.
Ordinals, yes, exactly. Yes.
Absolutely. Right, but I mean, I'm not a big fan of ordinals and runes because there is no decentralized consensus. Yeah. Consensus is off-chain. There are new solutions coming up. Instead, you should use Sui to program Bitcoin assets, and this is the right way to do. And it's much better tech. It's designed to that. You don't need to pay much cost, and you have all the guarantees you need. Right. So with that mission, yes, we are going to this DeFi application, yeah, because Bitcoin is about DeFi. BTC is an asset, yes, that is the biggest, strongest, oldest, and have the widest adoption, worldwide, institutional-wide, community-wide. So with that, yes, we are bringing our product called the Bitcoin Yield Hub, BYield. So the mission here is that either if you are a Bitcoin user or you're a Sui user or any user out of the world, with a single click, you can supply your Bitcoin to any DeFi protocol. So here we have Nativeverse, Deepbook, SuiLand, any protocol. One click, go, bam, and you start earning yield in a safe, trustless manner, right? This is so key that there is no intermediate, there's no third party. Everything is really Bitcoin, Sui, that's all. Right, and the crypto innovation here, the cryptography innovation is really crucial, because so far nobody was able to do it. That's our mission. Yes, of course, there are a bunch of other solutions. We crashed them. Literally, we crashed them. That's how it look our dashboard. We, like I said, in January we published 2 demos. Today the latest milestone with the Light client. Many achievements so far. Yeah, so we started a testnet. We won a few awards. If you want to see what actually happened, go to our X articles, Twitter articles. You will see 2024 in review. Yeah, we also won hackathons. Our community is growing. We are launching a second program for ambassadors. So that will be like active ambassadors. I forgot the name. Yes, Jao is in charge of it. But there will be two programs. Yes, one for community, for the socials, and the second one for people who will be like active. Yes, working with projects, collecting the projects, or themselves innovating. We want to support you guys. Come with us, work. Yes, there is so much to do, and the opportunity of bringing this in a trustless manner Bitcoin to the world is huge.
That's amazing, Robert. And honestly, the amount of innovation. Again, I'm constantly surprised, or should I not surprised anymore, maybe, but the amount of innovation happening on Sui, and the fact that these. I mean, it's been years, and I still don't think this is possible, unless I'm incorrect. I don't think this is possible on Solana yet, right?
No, I mean, first of all, like Solana doesn't have a consensus, verifiable consensus, right? So it's not like a chain that you can, technically. I mean, okay, of course you can use it, right? But the beauty here between Bitcoin and Sui and what Ika invented is undeniable. Like it's valueless. Like you really can't imagine how the breakthrough is actually we are bringing. So Bitcoin, is the strongest, like the safest asset in the world. Yes, Sui the best tech, and basically Ika making like the magic happen. So I call it the fuel, and we are basically the car that anyone can use for a Bitcoin.
I love it. So David, Robert doing your work for you here.
That's actually how it started. Like we are probably like the one of the very first users, right, and contributors to Ika, so we work very closely. So there is no like
fun fact, we also met for the first time at Sui Basecamp almost a year ago in Paris.
Wow. I love it. It's just such an exciting space for that reason. So that's Robert, thank you so much. Is there anything else you wanted to let everyone here know before we move on?
Yeah, so I will leave a message like to a contact if anyone would like to be an active ambassador, has is a mission, yes, to work with socials. Where can I put the contact?
Oh, if you I tell you what, if you ping me, I can stick it up on the screen.
Okay, let's do that.
If you stick it in the private chat, I'll stick it in the screen. Also, we can also push it to our communities afterwards as well.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Robert. That's fantastic. So it's there you are. Yes, send it to the screen. I'll display it in a minute. Wonderful. Okay, so on that note, then, last but certainly not least, we have record. So I'm just going to stick up your website here, Anwar. So Anwar, by the way, award for the best background. So I mean, it feels like that's a subtle flex.
You know what?
At the very least.
I'm so sorry. I was in the lobby and everything was super quiet, super cool, and then all of a sudden this screaming child just come next to me, so I had to step outside. So if you see any naked people just walking by, I'm by the pool. I'm in Miami, so yeah, apologies.
I was going to say that's where I'd have started. Right? Show me where the girls in bikinis are, and just position myself nicely right in front of them, and that will get me a few more views. But amazing. So look, let's hear it, because I absolutely love your website. By the way, I've been on it a couple of times. Like it's absolutely brilliant. So website aside, tell us why Record is so good. What you guys are up to? What makes you unique? And I know that your project that the Sui Foundation have been sort of particularly sort of enthusiastic about. So I'd love to hear a bit more about you guys.
Yeah, sure. So let me just quick. Can you see my?
I can. I'll stick your. Yeah. I'll get your. Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm just going to play a very quick video. I don't know if you can hear sound.
No.
Can you?
Although.
No. Okay. So I'll explain it. Basically, this guy, he got 293 million views, and he only made like $1,900, right?
Wow.
So one of the biggest problems is that short form content creators can't really monetize the same way as long form content creators, and there's also a huge hole when it comes to ads being shown to bots, right? No one knows what the real number is. I'm hearing $65 billion. I'm hearing $1 in $3 spent on ads being shown to bots. It's insane.
Wow.
So what we did, we looked at the entire kind of social landscape, looked at what can be innovated, looked at the current tech that should be utilized to solve these problems. And we created Record. So Record is a Web3 monetized version of basically TikTok that meets Reddit, right? So every single view is on chain, obviously on Sui. So it's completely decentralized. Cool. Can you hear me okay?
We can. Yes, we can hear you now. And you cut out there quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, cut out. I got a phone call. Also, creators can instantly monetize from their first view just by simply uploading content on the platform. And we've innovated a way people engage with content called rebounds, so which is our kind of like our hook. So a rebound is basically a new style of reaction. People post videos, people post video responses to those videos. We don't do likes, we don't do comments. We are just about rebounds. So creators can actually monetize in 3 different ways. So there's traditional ad revenue, where anytime there's an advert in your video, anytime there's an advert in your rebound feed, anytime someone uses your sound, you are entitled to 20% of the ad revenue. And anytime there's an advert in your profile, right? So, because in the social space, people that don't understand Web3 and don't understand tokens and that reward-based mechanism, we still felt that the foundation of social media is still monetizing through ads, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to stop there. So obviously now we're adopting this revolutionary tech, as in blockchain. It gives opportunities where creators can monetize their content in a way that hasn't been done before by selling their video, right, on chain. So what does that mean? Imagine you post a video on a Friday, you decide, and it's slowly starting to go viral. Let's say you made $8 from that video. By Saturday, I buy your video off you, and now I get the ad revenue associated with that video, and everything's on chain. So it really solves the problem of IP ownership. It doesn't solve it 100%. You still need, other factors that can solve, IP ownership. But that's kind of like the last seal of approval, that you own that video, and I just bought that video off you. And what I'm about to announce is something very, very special, very new. We've been working on something completely in stealth for the past few months. And we are adding a new layer, right, to monetization. So you've got traditional advertising, creators can sell videos, and also introducing a new way for creators to turn videos into meme coins. So we're creating a separate brand for this, right? You've got Record, and I'm going to announce the new brand in the next week or so. And basically what it is, imagine Record meets Pump.Fun. So initially what it is, you have content. You simply upload your videos and records. You go onto this new brand, this new website. You turn your video into a meme coin, right? And it acts as the launch pads. Once it hits a $60,000 market cap, then it goes out onto the Cetus DEX. So we've basically made it really, really simple for anyone to basically get into the meme culture. And rather than creating speculation and FOMO on a brand that you've just come up with, like Dog with Hat or Pepe Coin or anything like that, remove that component and replace it with the content and link it to virality. So now essentially you're betting what videos could go viral or not. And we really we've really worked hard with the Sui guys, and this is kind of a Sui ecosystem project because there's a few of us. Got another call. So this is in conjunction with Interest Protocol. So big shout out to them. Big shout out to Sui. Yeah, we'll be launching this very, very soon. And this is linked to the token that we will be launching very, 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 very soon. So the way the token utility works is it's linked directly, excuse me, it's linked directly to the ad revenue, right? So imagine that we've got $100 comes in from Coke, right? And we owe 5 different creators $10 each, right? So what we do, we take that $50, we use that to buy the record token, and it acts as a constant buyback mechanism and distributes it directly into the creators' wallets in the app. So you don't have to do anything. The way it works on the launch pads is it will be the native token for creators to basically buy and sell videos, and the fee that we charge that can create the video coin. That's basically it. So yeah, we've been working, super hard with the team, and a lot of really interesting things. We launched globally like 3 days ago. I think last time I checked, we hit like 700,000 daily active wallets, and it's just growing like crazy. So, and we've got some really, really cool partnerships that we're going to announce very soon.
Wow, honestly, Anwar, super. So it's really, really exciting model, and I love the meme coin aspect as well. That's
Cool,
so
you.
unique. So I mean, is there? And this is me. Oh god, my it's done again, hasn't it? I think I went out for a second there. The meme coin link to the video. This is for my own, again, smooth-brained approach to questions. Is there a greater link between the meme coin and the video asset than perhaps we would have seen as of yet? So normally when you associate a meme, it's usually like who launched the CA first, right? As opposed to actually having any kind of on-chain relationship between the two assets.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that you actually, therefore, because you created the NFT of the actual video, that video has a coin associated with it. Is it actually contained, or is there some sort of? So it's all fractionalization. It's all the. Is it almost like the 404 standards? Am I getting a little bit?
No. So okay. So you don't own the video, right? Unless you physically buy the video as an NFT, then yeah, that's a separate product. But what we enable the creators to do is to tokenize the virality of the video, right? And then people could invest whether the video could go viral or not, right? So once it hits the market cap, right, and it graduates over to Cetus, then is when the creators get access to the tokens. So it avoids rug pulls, it avoids a lot of what the negative thing is on pump.fun. And the token allocation that they get from that video is then vested at a certain period of time. So we've designed it in a way that protects investors, and we've designed it in a way that can really increase the chances for the meme coin to actually graduate onto the DEX. And it's literally just going to go straight onto the Cetus protocol.
Yeah. Wow. That's Yeah, that is super cool. I'm looking forward to seeing how that one works out, because I think there's a lot in that. I think when you think about TikTok and the fact that no one's quite worked out how to turn TikTok into a more crypto-based platform, bearing in mind how much in the way of kind of crypto influencers and crypto content is on TikTok, there hasn't been yet some bridge between the two. So I like where you're going with that, Anwar. Very, very interesting indeed. So we've had a few questions in. What I'm going to do is just display them, and then I will go to the appropriate person to discuss those. So the first one is for Yelay and PERQ. So are there specific types of projects that benefit most from using PERQ pods, or is it designed for all types of projects? So obviously, bearing in mind, we're talking today about a Sui ecosystem pod. I suppose, maybe Ham, if you could, discuss, how in terms of PERQ pods in general, are there specific types of projects that you normally associate with?
Sure. Yeah, I think there's really not a specific type of project that we look for either a PERQ standalone launch pool or inclusion in one of our PERQ pods. Any project can really join and kind of benefit from our launch pool infrastructure and kind of bootstrap their own treasury. So yeah, open to any. I think the bigger community that they have and the bigger, wider community that they can activate, the better the launch pool will go. But yeah, we're always open to talk about launch pools for any project.
Excellent. We're not picky.
I would just add that launch pools are not necessarily exclusive as a construct. They are designed as a tool to engage community and give something to community to do in order to support the project. We see a lot of your standard launch mechanism where you have your private sale and then you have your public sale. Usually there is a very long period of time where supporters do not really have anything to do to support the project, waiting for the TG. And in today's market, attention economy is probably the most scarce and more valuable thing that project wants to achieve. We see hundreds of thousands of coins being added every day. But these launch pools give a new tool to both projects and community to engage with each other. These launch pools are longer-term attention. You can see popularity of projects grow based on the TVL they can attract. We can see a better mechanism for distribution of assets to the people by the nature of pool. And in the end, it's the best form of marketing, both for the community and the project, because this is a long-term relationship. Users are incentivized to support the project by participating in the pool, and they have the opportunity to promote the project by spreading the word of the pool. So as such, in our mind, we would love to see these launch pools as yet another tool in the toolbox of any project that wants to go and launch, to promote themselves, to attract the community, and to reward the community for their support, especially for their long-term and most loyal supporters that participate in the early stages.
Amazing, Mike. Thank you. As always, very, very detailed response. So we've got just over 5 minutes left. So next question is over to Reggie at Hydro. So just a bit more about the platform, Reggie. So rewarding users for time spent instead of relying on ads is a fresh approach. How does Hydro ensure this model remains sustainable for publishers?
Okay, so there's a mistake there. There is advertising within Hydro, right? But what the key difference is, we're essentially an ad platform, right? We serve ads. There are different layers of how that works in different tiers, etc., and there are different monetization tools, such as data monetization, because we have publishers that really care about UI and UX. We have publishers that absolutely, they don't give a shit about their audience completely. They will show them 1 billion ads. They will monetize their data. They would probably sell their mothers if they wanted to, right? Our job is to cater to all their needs that they want, basically, right? So coming back to the question, there is ads within the platform, yes. That's how it keeps it sustainable, specifically speaking, where you provide these different different monetization tools to the publishers. We take our cuts in the middle, flows back in the ecosystem pretty cleanly. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you. That's short, succinct, perfect response. And then going back to to you, Anwar. So decentralized. So this is for record. Decentralized video platforms empower creators, but adoption can be tricky. How do you plan to attract both creators and viewers to record? So I mean, you mentioned you had a couple of big names potentially involved. I suppose that's probably one route. But have you got any other thoughts on that question?
Yeah, like the nature of the product is virality, right? It's people building on top of other people's content. So people rebounding each other, and rebounds could be rebounded, rebounds could be shared, and so on. So, you know, we don't talk much that we're fully decentralized. Obviously, I'm speaking to the Web3 community, so I could be a lot more kind of technical when it comes to discussing the aspects of Web3. But you know, we don't go out and shout, "Hey, we're Web3 and we're decentralized," and so on. Under the hood is pure AI and blockchain. But to the world, it's just a video platform where you can monetize video content. Now, with regards to the adoption, we basically are utilizing, you know, the network, the community, and will showcase certain success stories of how much people are actually making on the platform. Because, you know, it's really difficult for a kind of new social network, you know, new video platform to come out. A lot of people claim that you can monetize your content. People monetize their content via tokens, but people don't understand tokens. So we've done it in a way where we want to showcase people's success. And, you know, on our platform, for what we're seeing, every 100,000 views, we're paying out roughly $300 to $400, right? That's not small, you know? So we are basically just, we've got this new thing called the Record Academy that we're going to onboard up and coming creators. And we want to showcase their success. You know, it's amazing to have like iShowSpeed or Kai Cenat or any of the big guys come on, but we want to make big creators. We want to make people famous. So, and we do that by really focusing on our niche, which is reboundable style content that you can't really find elsewhere. So, yeah.
Sounds awesome. Again, super exciting, Anwar, so appreciate that. And I think this is probably our final question, unless there's any more coming in last minute. But one for Ika. With AI integration becoming a major trend, how does Ika's sorry, a bit of a typo there, I guess, from the person. How does Ika provide security guardrails for AI-driven applications?
So yeah, I think actually this is one of the probably more popular use cases that people are looking at Ika for. And I can maybe explain it in a simple way. So today, if you want an AI agent to trade for you, for example, and you want it to obviously do it across more than one chain, you have to trust someone today. You have to give your assets or your keys to a server where the AI agent runs, or to a custodian that runs the AI agents, right? You can't keep your assets in self-custody and still have an AI agent trade across multiple chains. And with Ika, you would be able to build, and there are already some teams that are implementing that and incorporating that into their products. You'll be able to build MPC guardrails. So the AI agent will essentially, you can think about it like receiving half of the key. So they won't be able to generate the full signature themselves, and they would have to have the approval of the Ika signers in order for the signature to be completed. So the AI agent would be able to trade across multiple networks, but if the AI agent somehow does something unexpected, there was a thought experiment that someone posted on Twitter where they launched an AI agent that had the sole mission of never ever sending the money that they have out of a vault, and someone was able to get them to send them their money, right? So you want to have MPC guardrails for those kind of scenarios, and that's what Ika basically can provide.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, that's I have to be honest with you, that's one of the scariest things about this whole agent economy is, if someone can hack, in effect, through prompts, an agent outcome, then what hope do we have? So especially in the world of crypto, where people are always finding new and inventive ways to rug us. whether they're president or not. Yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for I think that's sort of coming up to the hour now. So look, I really appreciate everyone's time. I would go around the room and say, do you have any final thoughts? But that would probably take us into the next hour. So I'll just say, obviously, thank you to Record, Nativeverse, Native, Eka, Hydro, and of course PERQ and Yelay as well. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anybody. Look, and thank you to everybody who's been watching along as well. Don't forget, of course, if you haven't already, please join the Sui Pod. So obviously stake your USDC or ETH now on PERQ and perq.finance/pods/Sui, and you will have exposure to all of these wonderful projects. That's the great thing about today is if any of these sound exciting to you, and they all have to me, you have the opportunity to get exposure to all of them with just one stake of either ETH or USDC. So go over there now, deposit your funds. The sooner the better, because of course, the longer you're in it, the more you earn. And then of course, when that matures, you'll have exposure to these. A lot of these projects haven't launched yet either, so this is a pre-launch opportunity. Thank you very much. I suppose I'll pass just to Mike very quickly, just as our Yelay spokesperson. Any final very quick thoughts, Mike?
Thank you very much for all the trust you've given us. I see that in just a very few days, the pod already attracted $4.25 million. As Ham said, Boyko had 3.2 billion, so you need to try a bit harder, but we are on a good way there. And the only thing I can say is this is just first of hopefully many pods. And I just hope that the future pods will be able to attract such a strong projects like this one.
Absolutely. Looking forward to all of these launches as well. So thank you again, everybody, and thanks to all the projects, and thanks to everybody watching. And we'll see you next time.
I'd just like to add as well. We also accept Bitcoin, so if there's any Bitcoin maxis among you in the chat, hop over as well.
Good point, Ham. Good point. Wonderful. Okay. On that note, then, thanks everybody.
Next time you will support Bitcoin through Sui.
That's right, exactly. Thanks, Robert. Okay, bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, guys.